I can't recall exactly who was it. I heard it over, you know, and through some things I was doing in the house, and I heard there was either a rapper or a football player or whatever used the N-word, and they banned something that he was supposed to do. You know, I don't know whether it was producing a movie or producing whatever.
That was a commercial.
A commercial, whatever the case may be.
Yeah,
so
all you need to do is watch BET on in the late nights and watch those shows on BET, the talk shows that they have.
Sure.
And this is a major source of discussion, and listen to what the young rappers are saying.
Right. Right. And you know, if you listen to a lot of these songs and everything without the N-word, and the songs are just as beautiful, you wonder why a person need to go that low to get their point across.
Well, in closing, I'd like to say this. Even Scripture says that we have to bridle our tongue, and we got to watch the seeds that we sow.
Sure we do.
And a bad seed was sown.
Sure.
So what the Scripture say about the bad seed? Let it fall on a rock or by the wayside.
Let it fall.
And let it fall. You know, let's be more concerned with sowing good seed that's going to bear fruit.
Sure.
And the bearing fruit right now is to get as many people. We need all our listening public. We need to get our kids that are voting ages, get them registered.
Sure. So
that they can come out and that they can vote. We can take this negative and turn it to our positive.
Yes.
And that's what we need.
So I guess what you're saying in so many words, that we still have to watch ourselves and what we say.
Exactly.
We're going to have to be better stewards in our community.
Exactly.
We have to, you know, and I often say it on the show and on my sermon on Sunday night, you know, it's something when you see a person that has a $300,000 house and there's soda wrappers or store bags on the ground outside of the house waiting on the sweeper man to sweep it up. You should pick it up yourself. So I think that what we're saying is that we have to be better stewards in the communities and build a better structure, a better life, because this here definitely can't go on. There will be a surprise with a man like Jesse Jackson saying that word and everything. It will definitely.
Black people need to think a lot better than that of themselves and realize that they are to be proud of being black.
Because when the world stage hear this, and that's the whole world, when you say something, they go around that world. You understand? Like when we're talking now, we got Harvest Radio, we got Harvest Internet, and Internet is all over the world. Cat can be in Russia, and he hear exactly what you're talking about.
I'm gonna give
you know that right there.
I'm gonna give you a very quick example. One day I was on my front lawn, and somebody had rolled past and dropped a beer can out in front of my house.
That's right.
And I went outside to pick a beer can up from on my front lawn. And somebody said, they rolled by and said, "Oh, I saw Reverend Branch out in front of his house with a beer can in his hand."
Right.
So I say that to say this: we don't know. You know what I'm saying? And a bad word, a bad seed goes a very long way. Let's abolish the word and let's move on.
Let's get rid of the negativity and the player hating that we have for one another, you know, because that's what it's going to go down to. It's going to come down to player hate and everything. So let us go. All right. So are we at the end now? You know.
It's the end for her.
Okay. All right. Goodbye, Rebecca. Thank you. Yeah, so well, Rebecca is gone, and she made some good comments and everything. She stayed with us for about 15 minutes. But she made some good comments and everything. We were looking for Deborah Dow to call in, and she was supposed to be here, but she sent a note she couldn't make it, so I couldn't contact with her later.
We
got the big heavyweight here, George Gore, so we're happy to have George Gore. We got to bring him back.
I call him Rev Gore.
All right, let me give you 2 seconds.
Go ahead.
If you don't do anything else this year, register yourself if you're not registered. Register somebody else. Okay, bring somebody to the polls with you. If we don't do anything else this year, let's make this the largest vote history of this country.
That's right.
Well, we're at the end of this show, and I was so happy to have Reverend Branch with me and George Gore. Again, we as brothers got to learn how to get along. I say the last word, and I've said it since I've had this show. Keep hope
alive.